Here we are, San Francisco, California, taking an opportunity to look at some of the beautiful sights, taking a nice stroll up by 301 Montgomery, doing my own Ripple drop today, having a wonderful... Welcome to Crypto News and Investigative Reports. Just want to share with you, please go back and watch some of my previous videos. This was a deep dive video right here regarding the World Trade Organization. I was able to stumble up on a not for public release PDF, and so make sure you go back and watch that. The link to these previous videos will be, I will leave a link in the descriptions below. But this said the future of the world trade, how digital technologies are transforming global commerce. This was, I did this deep dive back in 2018. And at the end of this video, there'll be another video that I will refer to, Dollarization 2.0, that I also did back in 2018. If you're interested in the transition of virtual currencies, make sure that you go back to my YouTube channel and look at some of my 2018 YouTube videos that have not, the questions that I brought up back in 2018 still have not been answered. So you'll learn a lot by watching these videos. Saga is a new virtual currency that's making a unique attempt at a very, very important problem. That's what Saga is actually doing. So let's read a little bit. It says, Saga Monetary Technologies announced the SGA initiative. And, you know, it's important for them to try to bridge a very extraordinary problem that only that we're facing. What's unique about the problem is that, number one, there's globalization. So with us having to deal with globalization, we're also having to deal with the globalization of currencies. And so that brings us to a unique situation that Saga is actually trying to work on. The Saga Foundation revealed that the value of the SGA stablecoin is pegged to a basket of currencies. The currencies include the US dollar, the euro, the Chinese yuan, and the Japanese yen, and the British pound. Now, I've been talking about this for about 2 years. And so just to bring you up to speed on some of this, is that the problem Saga is trying to solve is private virtual currencies versus governmental issued national currencies. I'll say that again because that is the crux of the whole issue. And that's why we'll talk about this little area right here in just a minute. We'll go back to this part of this article. But the problem is, and I had a person on my regular television show that discussed this with me, the problem of private currencies, private virtual currencies, challenging governmental issued national currencies. And somehow or another, that problem is going to have to get fixed, because if it doesn't get fixed, we will not have any mass adoption with virtual currencies. And so they list a few currencies here. They list them right here. They list the Saga is mimicking the basket of currencies. That's what they're doing here. They include the US dollar, the euro, the Chinese yuan, the Japanese yen, and the British pound. Of course, those are the currencies that are in the basket of currencies. So what you're witnessing here is private currencies, private virtual currencies versus the governmental issued national currencies. Private currencies are in a very difficult position, but it's a serious necessity to have them. So now you have Saga. Now Saga is, like I said, is mimicking the basket of currencies because of the problem of the necessity of a global currency. But it's a serious conflict to create this particular type of virtual currency. Nevertheless, here's the problem. The IMF needs a digital SDR. And that's what Saga is attempting to do. Ultimately, they want to be the IMF's digital SDR. And I've watched other YouTubers talk about saying that the IMF is going to go away. I remember watching somebody on YouTube say that, and I forgot who exactly it was, but they were saying that the IMF is going to go away because of digital virtual currencies. So see, so now we know that that's not true. The IMF is not going anywhere, and whoever says on their YouTube program that the IMF is going away, they don't know what they're talking about. They're misleading you, because all that needs to happen for the IMF is that they need to establish a digital, and I said this in 2018, they need to establish a digital SDR. So that's what Saga is attempting to try to do, is create a digital SDR. All right, and so that's why they have those currencies. But the problem with creating there's a problem. There's a problem with trying to create a digital SDR. See, I've been on this for researching this for a very long time. I haven't jumped around very much. And so the problem with creating a digital SDR is that the currency is that a national currency is what the problem is, what makes a country sovereign. And what makes a country sovereign is its currency, along with its military and its people. But its currency is what makes a country sovereign, because it's not a country if they don't have their own currency. And so the problem with combining, like I said, private virtual currencies with these national issued governmental currencies is going to continue to be a very important problem that people are going to have to, these developers of these private currencies are going to have to take in some very incremental steps just to get this problem solved. And, you know, I applaud Saga for trying to take this big problem on. I don't really want to go too long, but I want you to stay tuned, because this is an evolutionary problem. This is not some problem that's going to be like, you know, a banker's coin, and all you need to do is make a banker's coin and all banks can use it. This is much greater than that. And I think there's been some attempts by private virtual currency companies to become the SDR digital currency. But Saga is making, you know, they're doing the best. It says stablecoin. Let's read a little bit. It says stablecoin pegged to the basket of currencies. So the above mentioned basket of national currencies act, I'm reading from right here. The words are running together here. The above mentioned basket of national currencies acts as the stablecoin's backup. At the same time, the Saga Foundation ties the token value to bank deposits in currencies represented in the IMF's fund special drawing rights. And that's why I just explained the problem of having a digital. You're going to have a digital International Monetary Fund special drawing rights. You're going to have a digital. This is going to have to go digital right here, guys. And Saga is making the attempt to do that. Interestingly, Saga claims not to take profit from the token, as it's only acting as the issuer. And that's very interesting, because with that being said, most private virtual currencies make revenue. They make money. And that's the problem with having a private virtual currency going against a government issued national currency, because private currencies, they want to make money. So this is a great attempt by Saga, which is a stable coin, to say that we're not interested in making money. We're just interested in fixing the problem. All right, that's another way that they're going at this. This is why this is so interesting. I'm just going to cut off abruptly when I feel like I'm going too long, because this is an evolutionary problem. All right, so anyway, I was mentioning that the problem with creating a digital SDR is that countries are sovereign by their currencies. And so that's there is power in currencies. There is power in currencies. And so who wants to give up their power for a virtual currency? And That's really the problem. All right, going forward, let's move down. And I know I'm being sporadic, but this is very important. Going forward, the Saga insurance model reportedly plans to change the stablecoin from being pegged to a basket of fiat as soon as holders start purchasing and showing their trust. Importantly, Man said that the SGA might become entirely unpegged in this case. The value of the tokens depend on the quantity being held. And that is really their claim to fame. This is a very interesting article. What about regulations and the regulatory requirements? Saga is going to be meeting the regulatory requirements of the EU, the FATA. They're going to meet the FATA guidelines, the AML, KYC, Know Your Customers, anti-money laundering. This particular virtual currency will be able to do that. This is an awesome attempt, like I said, to tackle the big problem. Make sure you take an opportunity to go back and watch a previous video from 2018 on my YouTube channel. Dollarization 2.0, a cryptocurrency, impact on traditional banks and fiat currencies. In that video, I discussed Dollarization 2.0, the problem that most governments with national currencies are having to move their national currency into a cryptocurrency. You will learn a lot by watching this video.